Let's do it. Okay, are you all right? Are you okay? You're taking too much, the fight is over.
It's time for the talking to stop and the fighting to start. This should be good. I'm Todd Grisham. Alongside me, English fighting legend Johnny Nelson.
Hi, Todd. Hi to everybody back home.
The fans are ready, and it looks like the fighters are now ready.
This is one of those places where if you can fight, if you know you can fight, you don't need a crowd, you don't need...
And that's the opening bell, round one. Nice uppercut. The most difficult punch to land clean, and he just did it there. He just gets out of the way of that right uppercut. Lands with the right counter. Quick punch scores. The perfect counter lands. A counter fighter relies a lot on their instincts and reaction time. You've got to get in there quick to punch your opponent before he gets his fist back to block. Both men step back for just a moment.
Todd, we've seen much more, much better. We've been spoiled. I'm not being unfair. I'm not being unfair saying it's a little boring. It's not boring. We've probably just been spoiled.
Some nice exchanges from both men in this round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. It's like a match made in heaven.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Neither fighter willing to sit down on these punches. They're arm punches. They're scoring, but they're not going to hurt anybody. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Well, there was no doubt about who won that round.
I seriously hope the judges kept their eye on this fight, because if they haven't, there's going to be absolute uproar.
Come on, look across at him. Look at him now. Every time you see him, take a big, deep breath. Bang him down. Fight. It's so important now in this first minute of this next round to get on top of it.
Here we go, it's round 2. Coming off that fantastic last round, let's see if he can keep his momentum going. They both want a highlight reel knockout. That left counter was perfectly timed. Both men step back for just a moment. That punch scores. What can you expect between these two lighter weight fighters?
You remember, with the lighter weights, you're expecting at least 300 shots around. They can let these shots go. They can move them fast.
You heard that right, ladies and gentlemen. A knockout victory and one of the biggest surprises of the year.
A knockout victory? That's not a knockout victory. That is somebody saying, I'm here, I've arrived. Try that again, it will happen all over again.
Here we are, getting ready for this showdown between these two fighters. Should be a good one. I'm Todd Grisham. Alongside me is Johnny Nelson.
The pleasure's always mine, my friend.
It's time for our tale of the tape. And up first, it's Jordan the Thrill Gill. He comes in at 5'7" with a 68.5-inch reach. And the man he'll be facing, it's King Ryan Garcia. He's 107. Jordan the Thrill Gill. King Ryan.
This bout is scheduled.
What a great venue. Many said this fight would never happen, and yet here it is, and here we go. Nice job by him to block that jab. You don't want to go tit for tat in there in this fight. A lot of trash talk between these two fighters. Now it's time to put up or shut up.
Todd, listen to them, listen to them. You can hear the noise, but you don't know what they're saying. It's that loud. I'm sorry, man. I'm shouting in your ear. I'm sorry.
Nice job landing that left counter punch. What is this fighter doing? There's nothing behind these punches. Some nice exchanges from both men in this round.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Good left counter that lands. Both men step back for just a moment. Jordan Gill got cracked. Seems like he's beginning to recover a little bit. That was the moment. Both of these men showing exceptional chins, by the way. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Well, we know they've got the advantage so far, but... And there's the bell for round two. Well, there's no doubt about who won that last round. Let's see what he has for us here in the next one. Timing beats speed. How did they not go down? One punch could change everything in this battle. Missing with that right hand. This counter-puncher is going to wait for you to move first, and then will strike like a snake. Keep an eye on this guy.
Counter-puncher is my favorite kind of fighter. A good counter-puncher, they're the people that make the history of our sport.
Some nice exchanges from both men in this round.
Perfectly matched.
Keeping those gloves up, the guard high, paying dividends as it seems that moment of trouble has passed. These two were made for each other. As he weathered the storm, and it appears they weathered the storm. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Well, we're entering depth. And there's the bell to start round three. Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him. Tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
No power in those punches. Both men step back for just a moment. If you can appreciate fast footwork and fast hands, then this is the division for you.
Oh my goodness, what pace, what pace. They're like, do you know what a Yorkshire Terrier is, Todd? They're like little Yorkshire Terriers.
Some nice exchanges from both men in this round.
A very close match. It shows the skill.
No, we don't see a knockdown. He misses with that jab. You'd like to see more jabs. He got out of the way of that right hook. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Pretty dominant round. Here we go to the fourth round. Coming off that fantastic last round, let's see if he can keep his momentum going. When we talk about a fighter having power, don't just look at the head punches they throw. Look at the body shots. That can be the real difference.
You've got to be courageous when you get in there with someone that's bigger, stronger, and faster. You've just got to use brain then.
Power is obviously the great equalizer in boxing, but when you know your opponent is relying on that so heavily, how do you deal with it? And he misses with that jab. Some nice exchanges from both men in this round. I think it's safe to say one of these fighters certainly has a significant speed advantage. You can tell who it is.
When you have a fight that's got that great foot.
No, we don't see a knockdown. At some point, the corner may have to intervene here because this... So final 10 seconds of the round, and he is looking really sharp. You've got to wonder how big of a factor... Here we go in round 5. Who's going to land the first big shot? Let's see how he bounces back here after getting dropped in the last round.
That knockdown we just saw was a heavy knockdown. I'd be very, very surprised if he'll come out fresh as a daisy. That's not going to happen. He's got to hustle now. He's got to bluff him.
They score again with the left hand. Left punch. You've seen all the famous boxing movies, the training scenes, the gym work. That's what it all boils down to. Who's going to have more endurance?
Midway through the fight, if you are tired, this can be the loneliest place in the world. If you cheated, now we're going to find out.
Can they figure out the combination to this safe?
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a...
Good job trying to back out of trouble. And he just misses with that jab. Neither man really defending themselves. His jab just got blocked. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Well, it's no secret who has the advantage. And there's the bell to start round 6. Well, there's no doubt about who won that last round. Let's see what he has for us here in the next one. Endurance is becoming a factor. You can see this fighter having a hard time getting out of the way of the punches, and they're not throwing as many on their own.
Now you've got two fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? Willpower. Calm, because if you panic, you get desperate. If you get desperate, you make mistakes. If you make mistakes, you get...
Let's see how good he is defensively. Looks like they've shaken it off. Timing beats speed. Speed beats power. Didn't wait long to get back and get engaged. How is he still on his feet? And right back into the fray. He parries that left jab away. And he fails to score with that left hook. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. That bell could not have come soon enough for this guy. And there's the bell for round 7. Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you. And that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
When you're a power puncher, you're not as concerned with how many punches you throw. It's about how many you land and how hard they are. And it appears the onslaught is over, at least for now. Oh, and they just got their bell rung. Well, they're back up on their feet, but I'm not sure why. No rest for the weary. He misses with that jab. Final 10 seconds here, and I think he knows who's won this round. What a huge momentum swing that's going to be. And we enter the 8th round. Let's see how he bounces back here after getting dropped in the last round.
Todd, listen to me. If I knock somebody down like that round, you know this round coming out?
And it appears they weathered the storm. How? I'm not sure. How nervous would you get when you know you're facing a big puncher like this guy that can seriously hurt you?
Todd, we know one of these fights can knock you out with a simple jab. They're that powerful.
He threw the hook. Good job of cutting off the ring, making sure his opponent cannot get out of trouble. That was the moment! Some nice exchanges from both men in this round. Both men step back for just a moment. You've heard the phrase, finding a second win. I don't think I need to tell you which one of these fighters needs to find it.
Now this is about desire. This is about character. This is about want.
You've seen all the famous boxing movies, the training scenes, the gym work. That's what it all boils down to. Who's going to have, despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Well, he is in big trouble here. Let's see how much fatigue we see here in round 9. Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure.
And it appears the onslaught is over, at least for now. You'd like to see more jet. He's got to get out of there. A much better game plan here. When you're a power puncher, you're not as concerned with how many punches you throw. It's about how many you land and how hard. Some nice exchanges from both men in this round. How did they not go down?
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What do they do? What do they tell him when he goes back to the corner? How are they going to get through this?
Not a lot of defense here at all. Trying to answer back. I don't believe what we're seeing here. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Well, there was no doubt. This is the 10th. Coming off that fantastic last round. Let's see if he can keep his momentum going. Power is obviously the great equalizer in boxing, but when you know your opponent is relying on that so heavily, how do you deal with it?
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
That right hook won't score. When are we going to see a jab from these two? How did they survive that? Can they figure out the combination to this safe? Big swing and a miss. Maybe he should hold on, but that's not in his DNA. Didn't wait long to get back and get engaged. He missed with that jab. Nothing but air with that jab. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Well, he is glad to have heard that bell. Here we go in the championship rounds, round 11. So not the best round, but let's see if they can turn it around here.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
This fighter has tested their opponent's power and apparently isn't impressed as they continue to walk through all these power shots.
Don't get trigger happy, because all of a sudden you're going to be gassing yourself out trying to get that shot, and that's when they catch you.
He blocks the hook. Solid punch. Can they figure out the combination to this safe? Nobody home with that hook. So they'll make it up, and this fight continues.